Success for Scrum Masters is all about knowing what to say, right? Well, I would argue that it's also about knowing what not to say. In this video, I will talk about 5 such phrases that you as a Scrum Master must avoid. Even highly experienced Scrum Masters and Agile coaches sometimes say things that inadvertently hurt people's morale and productivity. Start by thinking about these 5 common phrases to avoid. First on the list is the phrase, "That's not my job." Now, we have all heard this one, but here's the problem. Even when it is technically accurate, it is incredibly demotivating. It's never helpful when you say that it's not my job. What you're really saying is that I'm here for me, not you, and I can't be bothered with your needs or needs of the team. So, if you are a human being, and if you do not have time to help someone, or if you're not available for any reason, let them know that you will get back to them, instead of dismissing them with, "That's not my job." Second phrase to avoid as a Scrum Master is, "We have tried that before." Now, this is often a standard response when discussing a problem at work and someone suggests a possible solution. It is a type of block that people use to avoid the extra work that is associated with the change. Now, it may be the case that what was proposed has been tried before, but it doesn't mean that you and your team can't come up with a new strategy. So, if you've already tried and failed to solve this issue, don't just give up. Give it another go. Third phrase to avoid is, "What's your status update during a daily stand-up?" An effective daily stand-up, or daily scrum for that matter, should not be seen as a status meeting. At its best, it's an opportunity to communicate progress towards the sprint goal and develop a mini plan for the remainder of the day, and not to report status to anyone. Asking a team member to report status will only serve as negative reinforcement and add unfavorable sentiments to the valuable exercise of daily scrum, which could impede the team's ability to mature. Phrase number 4 to avoid as a Scrum Master is, "I told you so." If someone in your team does something against your advice and it backfires, in that case, your objective is to be empathetic and supportive. "I told you so" is immature, disrespectful, insulting, and it never helps. It just aggravates the situation. So it's best if you don't say anything in such a situation. Last but not the least, we have the phrase, "That doesn't follow the Scrum process." Let's be honest. We all know that some rules cannot be broken and others can be bent. Contrary to the popular belief, Scrum is not a methodology. Scrum is a framework, and by definition, it is a collection of loosely coupled guidelines created to aid the development of an agile mindset. So don't be afraid to customize the suggestions mentioned in the Scrum Guide to suit the needs of your team and your project. Having said that, it is crucial to understand the psychology behind how human beings learn a particular skill. Learning typically follows a pattern. This pattern is best described by the Japanese term shuha and ri. Shuha-ri is nothing but the cycle of follow, discover, and evolve. It suggests that before we can learn a new skill, we must diligently follow the rules and practices. So make your team understand the concept of Shuha-ri so they know the reasoning behind following rules in the beginning. Don't push them. Make your team understand with proper reasoning. Great conversation is the backbone of team productivity. Remember these phrases to avoid, and you might be surprised by how many people start listening to you. So, there you have it. Stay tuned for more. But before you go, just give that like button a gentle click and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.